Why post the photo? If you don't want the likes, the comments, the thirst, the simps, the haters, all of the above, don't post the photo. You post that, you're looking for all.
What occurs when a rookie in the WNBA is more concerned with Instagram likes than playing time? Ask Angel Reese, please. Legends and admirers are shaking their heads at her most recent move. At the meanwhile, Sue Bird and Caitlin Clark are breaking records at the gym rather than online. You won't believe what she has to say to Reese.
It's really fun, rewarding, and also interesting to watch these younger athletes step into their professional careers. Obviously, Caitlin and Angel are two great examples.
Every move matters in a league that is still vying for public attention. The self-proclaimed Bayou Angel Reese Barbie appears to be spending more time on red carpets and selfies than on rebounds and layups. Conversely, Caitlin Clark is out here sporting a basketball jersey that makes her look like Rocky Balboa. No excuses, no diversions, however. The actual bombshell Reese's entire career could be derailed by the truth bomb that WNBA icon Sue Bird just unleashed.
So much earlier, these athletes are thinking about themselves as businesses, as brands. And it's amazing because they're carrying that with them to the WNBA, and so everything's just bigger.
Reese's most recent stunt was wearing an animal print gown in a mocha color with a slit higher than her three-point percentage. Before she erased her entire account, her Instagram was flooded with likes, simps, and trolls. Fans thought enough was enough. How can you claim to have been sexualized while wearing that? Reese, who never hesitates to clap back, appears to be leaving the game.
Can you wear that and also complain and post it and also complain that you don't like being sexualized? What is the take here?
You know, it's funny. I just did another show right before this one, and we talked about how this younger generation just wants to cry and be victims about everything.
Correct. Reese is focused with building her personal brand. Caitlin Clark is honing hers the traditional way. Clark has a rigorous off-season regimen. Hours spent in the gym and expert conditioning and exercises. She's working on more than just threes. She is improving her strength in all areas and practicing left-handed floater finishes.
Understand, you want to wear it, you feel great about it, you got a great body, you play in the WNBA, but you cannot cry. You cannot say anything. I mean, have you seen some of her TikTok posts? Like, she's literally held up an outline after getting waxed. You can literally see all of her business there outlined in blue wax. And I'm like, oh yes, please tell me how sexualized you are. I mean, what?
Presenting Sue Bird, the quintessential voice of reason and four-time WNBA champion. Bird cautioned the younger generation in a recent interview to keep basketball the main thing. The message was clearly clear even though she didn't use Reese's name. Remember what brought you here.
I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. I feel like there's just so many areas that I want to improve in and continue to get in the gym and work on that every single.
Raise is at a turning point. She could be an influencer who used to play basketball or a fashion icon holding a basketball. Warning, skipping a few workouts isn't the only thing at stake. It's about the long term and the wider picture. What matters most in professional sports.
Who's going to give you new looks, new game plans? You've got another year with Aaliyah Boston, likely Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hall. And then you've got the moves that the Fever can make in the offseason, whether it be free agency or the draft, to bolster.
The internet is split. While some supporters contend that Rhee has the freedom to express herself, others counter that her fixation with social media is overshadowing her actual court talent.
Just to make sure they keep basketball the main thing, because at the end of the day, that is your...
Rhee still has time to establish herself in spite of the drama. She has the platform and the potential, but she must make a decision. Is she developing an influencer brand or a basketball career? In the meantime, Caitlin Clark is putting a lot of effort into her game, and it's paying off as she sets records. Reese is destroying the internet. You can only win championships with one of those. It's
a podcast. It's her vehicle to be a podcaster, right? Whatever Caitlin ends up doing, it's the vehicle to get you to that point. So you always want to make sure that part does.
Subbird's message extends beyond Angel Reese. It is for all WNBA young players. Rhee can either heed Bird's advice and step up her game or fade into the background as just another social media star in a league where every practice session counts. She has the final say, and time is running out.
Balance. You have to find that balance. But when you look at some of the other athletes, particularly men, who've set a little bit of a blueprint in terms of the business and the sport, you never see LeBron miss a workout.
One icon has had enough in a league where superstars are crowned overnight. One of the all-time greats, Sue Bird, was candid about Angel Reese's most recent prank. Additionally, the entire WNBA is buzzing about it.
One of the videos we see with Caitlin Clark, she's got actual men, grown men out there in her face trying to keep her from making shots and this and that and the other. There's not a lot of hands in Angel Reese's face here, and I am confused by the fact that she's trying to become this long-range player, it looks like. This is... she plays under the basket, or we thought she was playing under the basket.
Has the WNBA been dominated by Angel Reese? She has been everywhere from controversial games to viral TikToks, with the possible exception of the court, where it matters most. The real work is being done behind the scenes as she is occupied building her social media following. Enter Sue Bird, the voice of responsibility and a four-time champion. Bird didn't hold back in a league that was in dire need of true leadership.
Rookie in the league whose team sucked, who asked out at the end of the season with an injury, who won't shut up about herself, who ran their best player out of town. The coach got fired, and she started a podcast 5 seconds into the thing, creating all this controversy, showing up.
Their Bird recently gave a candid interview. She claimed that Reese's ostentatious antics are not indicative of a true leader and that she's not Caitlin Clark. It was a challenge to Reese's whole strategy for the game, not just to her flair.
First round draft pick, had the season she had, the controversy she had, got injured in a questionable injury, asked out, and then started a podcast gossiping about everything in the league as a rookie? Please. Yeah. Meanwhile, Caitlin's head down, just in the gym,
ready to go.
You don't hear a peep from her. She cares about on the stove.
Caitlin Clark is honing her art while Reese is honing her Instagram game. Clark isn't just working, she's growing. Her mid-range game, finishing through contact, and ball handling under pressure are all receiving top-tier attention. Reese's 39.1% shooting in the paint contrasts with that. It is unacceptable for a 6 feet 3 inches person to play beneath the basket.
Who you are? You're the female Antoine Jameson. You know who Antoine Jameson is? He got 20,000 points with his shot. Whatever your shot is. Like, everybody's shot ain't gonna be Steph Curry. Your shot is your...
It's not just Bird. Shaquille O'Neal also voiced his opinion, referring to Reese as a role player posing as a celebrity. The figures support him. Reese's ineffective shooting, it's becoming more difficult to overlook her careless under-rim finishes and her obvious defensive errors.
When she was literally the most inefficient player within 5 foot in all of the WNBA. Any which way you put it, she shot bad from the field. All right, she's 6'3" and she plays under the basket, and she shot 39.1% from the field.
Caitlin Clark, meanwhile, is approaching the off-season as though it were a championship run. Her lab is her gym, each exercise focused on her areas of weakness. Clark is becoming unstoppable, not simply maintaining.
I just come out here and try to, play basketball in a way that people love watching, in a way that is going to make my team successful, and the records and whatever, or the stats, that's just what...
The actual kicker is right here. Highlight reels aren't what leadership is all about. Sue Bird demonstrated that Clark has been living it for decades. Reese is talented. The question is whether or not she is dedicated. Bird's remarks went beyond simple criticism. They served as a caution.
I saw this workout. This workout has gotten a lot of people excited for Caitlin Clark because she is directly working on her weaknesses, which I think is a good look, honestly. I think that's a really, really good look for her because, again, when we're seeing somebody working on their weaknesses and not the glamorous weakness.
Analysts and fans are divided. Some claim that Reese needs Bird's call out more than anything else. Some contend that it is unjust to criticize a rising star so quickly, but the WNBA is changing and excuses are insufficient in this day and age.
She's back in her natural habitat, back in the lab, playing basketball, and it's got to be a scary sight for the rest of the WNBA if she gets even better, because it's not as if she wasn't absolutely phenomenally elite as a rookie and arguably the best player in the league after the Olympics.
Caitlin Clark is improving all of her weaknesses, including her turnovers, mid-range shots, and under-the-basket strength. She is enduring the blows and recovering more resiliently. Bird respects that, which is why Clark has emerged as the league's yardstick.
So you're starting from a very high place, but as Michael Jordan once famously said, right, the ceiling is the roof. And there really is no ceiling on Caitlin Clark's game because of her vision. I think the thing that stands out the most to me is her court vision. And when you're able to shoot from deep, the way she's able to shoot from deep.
Her ability to fire from a distance, to be clear, though, Reese's narrative is far from ended. She possesses unadulterated talent. Will she accept the grind like Bird and Clark, or will she allow the criticism to further her development? Or will she intensify her efforts to divert attention? Now is her time to make a choice. There is indeed.
There is really nothing you can do as a defense but hope the ball doesn't go in the basket. That's the level of greatness that Caitlin Clark can get to, where the defense's only hope is that she misses.
Thank you for viewing. Leave a remark below. Which side of Sue Bird's tough love do you support? The laser-like focus of Caitlin Clark or the unwavering confidence of Angel Reese in the WNBA? The drama never stops. So, hit the subscribe button and keep watching.